You like that?
I do. I mean, my allergies are acting up, so bear with me, but I feel good about it.
This is the longest intro ever.
Hi. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? How you
doing? You guys probably know who this beautiful soul is, but if you don't know me, I am Emmanuel Simon, aka Is Fierce. I have my own channel, so follow me below.
Yes, I'll put his channel in the description box.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm Emmanuel, and we're both theater majors, like you said. Carry on, keep going.
I'm back! And I brought a special guest with me because Emmanuel is so fierce. And he just knows how to keep a conversation going. And I just thought that for my first video coming back, I should really have a guest artist. Especially someone with this energy.
You know, so it's a revamping of Achille and Is Fierce. What's good?
What's good?
When Achille texted me, y'all, she was like, hey, you want to be in the video? I was like, yeah, girl. And I decided, I said, it's time to rebuild my life. And so when she asked me that, I was like, well, we could talk about girls, boys, relations. We could talk about a lot of stuff that everybody's talking about. But something that I thought was genuine, what was going on in my life, and what I found out what was going on in her life is how to rebuild your life after a breakdown.
Hallelujah. Rebuilding your life.
After a breakdown.
What's a breakdown? What do you define as a breakdown?
I can break it down into two parts. There's those breakdowns that somehow feel like they come out of nowhere. And those are usually maybe the harder ones or maybe the easier ones. So like a breakdown for somebody, something happens out of the norm, right? So I find out that my mom died. Everything was going fine in my life. My mom dies, I then have a breakdown. But then the breakdown that I was experiencing is a breakdown that is an accumulation. Did I say that right? Accumulation of all these different things. So that is, I got an F on the test. My best friend and me not friends anymore. I got an audition, I failed at it, I got rejected. It's all of those things coming together that brings you to the breakdown. And then it's like, bam. So those are like really two parts. But either way, there's a way to rebuild.
As theater majors, we're dramatic. I know, I'm speaking for myself.
You're right, girl.
Okay, then I'm speaking for him too. I don't know, I just remember my freshman year, I had so many emotional breakdowns. And when people talk about like how they have emotional breakdowns, like when someone comes up to you and they're just like, girl, I had an emotional breakdown earlier this week, like you don't actually picture them having an emotional breakdown, but like an actual emotional breakdown is when you're like sobbing uncontrollably because you have no words, or like you feel like you're completely not in control of anything in your life at that point. And that's how I felt like constantly my freshman year of college, which is normal because you're transitioning.
It's a transition.
Yeah. Also, I was going through a breakup and it wasn't bad. And don't you hate it like when you go through breakups and they're like good? Like they're like kind of clean breakups, so you can't be mad at anyone. That's how, like even though I hate it, like I honestly would prefer for it to be a nasty breakup. Like I wish you would have like cheated on me or like killed my cat or something like that.
I mean, that is making it even more complicated.
No, because
either way I'm gonna be sad.
No, because then if it's a good breakup, then people gonna be like, y'all broke up, and you gotta be like, yeah, well, and they'll be like, oh, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, you know, it was a nice breakup. It was mutual.
Is it really ever mutual?
No! You know what I'm saying? But that was my freshman year, essentially. It was just like a lot. It was like transitioning. And then it was just like dealing with like people.
My rebuild happened a little different. My breakdown was different. I didn't break down freshman year because I came to college just very ready, not saying you weren't. My freshman year for me was just like a breeze. I mean, complications. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was breezy. When I came into my sophomore year though, you know, there's moments when you break down, but sometimes you just feel stuck. And for me, the realization, I guess this is where the rebuild comes in. A rebuild is not just putting things back together.
A rebuild don't mean that you get yourself back together, because in order for you to get yourself back together, you have to let yourself break.
I grew up, both my mom and dad are ministers. And so when it comes to sexuality, I have certain ideas of what's supposed to be and what I'm supposed to say, what am I supposed to do. I have certain ideas already in my subconscious, right? What my rebuild process right now, part of that is really knowing what I believe, because the ideas that some were forced into me, and I love the Lord, and I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there were ideas that were forced into me
that you weren't
enough. I wasn't enough. That me being me is not beautiful. And because I'm believing that and still trying to show like I'm walking around like Achilles, I'm so fine, but not truly believing it. So now I'm having to discover what I really believe. That is a part of your rebuild.
I think one of my biggest breakdowns this year, which I feel like it was bigger than all of the breakdowns because I didn't let myself cry. I didn't let myself hurt. I kind of just bottled it up. But I think one of my biggest breakdowns was a result of like depending on people for happiness. And people are not dependable. Like people, no person is 100% dependable. I'm not 100% dependable. My mom isn't. You know, like everyone lets you down. And I constantly would put friends, people I was in relationships with, you know, co-workers, like people that I looked up to, I put them on this pedestal and set the expectation high. And a lot of people treated me terribly. And so instead of being like, deuces, I'm too good for that, I stuck around because I saw them in this light that they were dependable. I just depended on people to make me happy. And that was where like my biggest breakdown came. But like, and that was like towards the end of the summer where I started to realize that that's what I was doing. And then this semester, I've just been focusing a lot on telling myself that that's what it is. You know, whenever I feel like I'm going back into that zone, letting myself know, being honest with myself. And that's letting the glass shatter for me. Not pretending like it doesn't exist. Not pretending like I don't care how people treat me. Recognize that someone did me dirty. You know what I'm saying? Care, but then move on. I guess that's...
I mean, okay, so I think we've come up with some steps.
Okay.
So part of rebuilding, you said
you gotta acknowledge the breakdown.
Acknowledge the breakdown. And as soon as you let yourself break, you can then start to build the pieces. But remember, when you're building the pieces back together, that you cannot rebuild on a shaky foundation. So all the things that you were doing is not going to be implemented into this rebuild. You have an opportunity to rebuild something completely different. Build a better house.
My mom always tells me, let the dust settle. So, oh my God. And it's so crazy because at the time I would never listen to her, but she would just be like, Achilles. And I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Hysterical about, you know, losing a friend or a bad breakup. Or I don't know what to do. We kind of just like blew up and stopped talking. She's like, Achilles, let the dust settle. Which basically just means let things be. Like, you need to let yourself, like, be honest with yourself. Like, the situation sucks, but it doesn't make you, you know, hate life. It just, like, how are you supposed to appreciate the good in life if you aren't able to really experience the bad? You know, if you aren't able to distinguish the two, it's like you have this false sense of happiness. It's not real because you don't even know what it's like to be unhappy. So what do you know what happiness is?
I felt it too.
I should write a book.
What are you gonna call it?
Distinguish the two.
Distinguish the two.
Look, okay, you. Hey, you, sexy. I'm talking to you. Okay, you need to go into this week loving yourself, and know that if you take that L, you better take that motherfucking L. Look, guys, I just want you to know that the video cut off in the middle of me talking, but thank you for watching. This isn't Emmanuel, but he'll do. They kind of look alike, as you can tell.
Yeah, we get confused a lot.
Yeah, but thanks so much for watching. Yeah, just remember to subscribe and like this video and share it and all that jazz, and just comment below, let me know if this was helpful. Yeah, have a good week. Bye.